What is the status of clearing the snow off sidewalks in the city of Harrisonburg? The city sent out a press release Friday saying that beginning Monday, yesterday, it would start issuing citations for unshoveled sidewalks. The release cited city code, which says sidewalks are to be clear within 3 hours of the end of snowfall or by 10 in the morning if the snow has fallen overnight. The city said due to the significant snowfall accumulation and the frequency of storms, the city has allowed more leeway than usual in this matter. And joining us now to discuss the issue is the mayor of Harrisonburg, Kai Degner. Mayor, thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Now, I guess safety is what this issue is all about, right?
Absolutely. We need to keep people safe, but we also need to keep people able to get where they want to go, and get there safely.
Now, what is being done right now with the enforcement of the sidewalk shoveling ordinance?
Today we had police officers knocking on doors, speaking with citizens who obviously have not shoveled their sidewalk, and been reminded of the ordinance. If they're cooperative, they have not been issued a citation and been given the benefit of the doubt. They will be revisited later in the week, and if people become uncooperative, they will be issued citations. Yesterday, of course, was supposed to be the day that we began enforcing. About 10:30, 11 o'clock, it began to snow, so the enforcement was not done yesterday in terms of asking people to shovel while it's snowing. As you said, the ordinance requires people to begin shoveling 3 hours after snow, and at about 3:30 or 6 or 3:30, so that means you have till about 6:30 to be shoveling. So I don't know that it's the policy to be interrupting people over dinner to be shoveling. So yesterday there were no citations issued, and today the police who were knocking on doors found most citizens to be pretty cooperative.
So there's been, at least so far, no uncooperatives where there would be citations issued. None issued yet.
None issued. And of course, just being cooperative doesn't necessarily save you the citation.
Right.
So you could still be issued the citation if it's a clear instance where there's no overly burdensome amount of snow that's on your sidewalk due to a plow coming through or something like that. So the effect of the press release on Friday and your ability to report it and the paper's ability to report it, I think did a good job of reminding people of their responsibility, and we had a lot of people shovel over the weekend.
Is the knocking on doors, is that a response to specific complaints at those locations?
It can be. That hasn't been what has been causing most of those knocks. Most of those knocks today have been caused by bike patrol officers who see a sidewalk that ought to have been cleared going up to the front door.
Okay. Now, I understand, and we heard that there are elderly who need help with shoveling, and actually the city's looking for volunteers, right?
The city and the police department got some calls today from concerned elderly who can't stay safe as they would shovel their sidewalk, and the police department has actually opened up a phone number with Captain Benny Gregory where anyone who's willing to voluntarily shovel sidewalk in front of the elderly, we encourage you to call.
All right, and that number is on your screen, 437-2600, if you want to help the elderly with clearing their sidewalk. Now, some people say, listen, in some areas there's 5 feet of snow on sidewalks from where the plow's cleared. I understand. What would you say about those cases where it's not like, okay, I got a foot, I got a lot more because the city did its job clearing the road, but now it's on top of the sidewalk, and you want me to throw it back in the road?
Well, the city's obviously not, or the police don't want to be unreasonable and will use discretion. If you have 5 feet of snow on your sidewalk from plows, it's obviously an overly burdensome situation that we wouldn't ask you to be shoveling yourself. So, but if it's a sidewalk that you obviously ought to have shoveled.
Can the city help with that, though? Can they get something there to help with a 5-foot bank of snow that's on a sidewalk?
Absolutely. Call the city manager's office if there's a situation that it's just you feel is really unreasonable, and we'll come and look at it. The idea of shoveling on the sidewalks off the street is not normal policy.
The city code, 3 hours after a snowfall, a double-digit snowfall, is that reasonable? Does its code need to be updated?
Well, let's put code aside. I think the code tries to cover most circumstances. This was a unique circumstance. I think what people need to keep in mind is that they have the responsibility to shovel in front of their sidewalk. And if there's 2 feet of snow, if you wait until it's all on the ground, it's going to be really difficult, not only for you to shovel, but for you to get by yourself.
All right. Kai Degner, Mayor of Harrisonburg, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Now let's send it to Mel and stand.